Hello YouTubers, and welcome to the Chicago Botanical Gardens, a lush and vibrant oasis that's just 20 miles north of downtown Chicago. In this 360 VR walkthrough, you'll not only explore one of the most beautiful outdoor spaces in the Midwest, but also discover its fascinating history, garden highlights, and peaceful hideaways. As you enter the garden grounds, one of the first floral displays to greet you is the spectacular Crescent Garden, a sweeping, semicircular bed filled with seasonally rotating blooms. This vibrant formal garden is designed to wow visitors with color, symmetry, and artistic floral arrangements. Set against a backdrop of fountains and the esplanade, the Crescent Garden changes with the seasons. In spring, it's a sea of tulips and daffodils. Summer brings waves of begonias, salvia, and zinnias in carefully coordinated color schemes. Fall introduces chrysanthemums and ornamental grasses in rich earthy tones. This garden is not only a popular photo spot, it's also a showcase of horticulture, creativity, and precision. Whether you're walking through in person or exploring virtually in 360, the Crescent Garden gives you a dazzling, welcoming taste of what the rest of the Botanical Garden has to offer. Opened in 1972, the Chicago Botanic Garden has become a world-class destination for plant lovers, nature explorers, and curious minds. Spanning 385 acres, the garden includes 27 distinct gardens spread across 9 islands, surrounded by lakes and natural woodlands. But this garden didn't just start as the thriving paradise that you see today. The idea of a botanical garden in Chicago dates back to the 1890s, but it wasn't until the 1960s that momentum built. The Forest Preserve District of Cook County donated 300 acres of land, and in 1972, the Chicago Botanical Gardens opened to the public under the direction of the Chicago Horticultural Society. Over the decades, the garden has expanded, adding research facilities, educational programs, and a vast plant collection, making it not only a public attraction, but also a center for conservation and science. Here we are at the Grand Esplanade, a wide, open promenade lined with seasonal floral displays and sweeping views of the water. This central pathway is a visual showstopper, offering symmetry, color, and elegant landscaping throughout the year. With fountains, sculptures, and views of the lake and surrounding gardens, the Esplanade is both a grand entrance and a peaceful resting place to take in the full scope of the Botanical Gardens. And now something truly unexpected and fun. The Model Railroad Garden. Landmarks of America. Tucked away in its own little world, this seasonal exhibit features over 18 model trains weaving through more than 50 miniature replicas of famous American landmarks, including the Statue of Liberty, Mount Rushmore, and even Chicago's own Willis Tower. Everything is constructed with natural materials: bark, twigs, leaves, and stones, creating a magical fairy tale aesthetic. Kids and adults alike are mesmerized as trains loop over trestle bridges, they pass through tunnels, and cross tiny rivers surrounded by flowering plants. This garden typically runs from May through October and is a family favorite, blending nature, nostalgia, and engineering into a joyful experience. Some of my personal favorite displays here, aside from the recreations of the White Sox and Cubs ballparks, were the ones that paid homage to famous roadside attractions, like the Corn Cob Palace in Nebraska. That's a building that's made of corn that's along the I-80, or the Natchez paddle wheel boat that takes people along the Mississippi River in New Orleans, along with others such as the ones that could be seen if you were to travel the country from east to west on historic Route 66. The Botanical Gardens train set has its very own train engineers that care for the display and work tirelessly to keep the model trains in tip-top shape to maintain safe train traffic. And it's definitely worth mentioning that Thomas the Tank Engine can be found here on his very own rail line. The model railroad is a lot of fun, and it's quite impressive. It goes on, and it makes a trip to the Chicago Botanical Gardens totally worth it. Now let's head over to one of the most vibrant and deliciously educational areas of the Chicago Botanic Garden, the Ragenstein Fruit and Vegetable Garden. This 4-acre garden is not only a visual delight, but also a hub for learning and inspiration, demonstrating sustainable practices and the joys of growing your own food. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a curious visitor, this garden offers valuable insights into the cultivation and enjoyment of edible plants. Things you'll see here include espaliered fruit trees, such as the apple and pear trees that are trained to grow flat along fences and walls, an ancient European technique that's both efficient and artistic. You'll also see bramble fruits like blackberries, raspberries, and Concord grapes, and seasonal rows of vegetables, from tomatoes and peppers to kale and carrots. There's even a vertical wall garden showcasing space-saving ways to grow greens in urban settings. The garden is buzzing with activity, literally, thanks to its 8 beehives and a demo hive where you can learn about the critical role that pollinators play in growing our food. And when you're ready to taste the harvest, stop by the Garden Vine Cafe, open on weekends. They offer fresh smoothies and snacks inspired by what's grown right here. It's a perfect blend of gardening, sustainability, and flavor. I honestly never knew that vegetables could be laid out in a way that's so colorful and floral, until I'd seen it done here. There is no perfect time of year to go here, because each season brings a new personality to the Chicago Botanic Garden. Spring bursts with tulips and cherry blossoms. Summer fills the garden with roses, lilies, and lotus flowers. Fall sets the Japanese maples ablaze with color. And even in winter, the snow-covered landscapes create a peaceful, minimalist beauty. Don't forget the annual Lightscape Festival in the winter, a dazzling nighttime light show that transforms the gardens into a glowing wonderland. Throughout the year, you'll find plant sales, garden tours, art installations, and flower shows, making each visit a new experience. Oh, and did I mention that they also have a butterfly habitat in the early months? They do. As we make our way towards the water's edge, we arrive at the peaceful and captivating aquatic garden. This space showcases the delicate beauty and vital importance of aquatic plants. In this reflective, water-filled oasis, you'll find vibrant lotus flowers, water lilies, papyrus, and other wetland species thriving in carefully designed pools. Look around in 360. The symmetry of the pools and the plant reflections create a calming, almost meditative effect. This garden not only offers tranquility, but also educates visitors on the critical role aquatic plants play in healthy ecosystems. From oxygenation and water filtration to providing habitat for aquatic life. In summer, this area is especially stunning and fragrant as lotus blooms stretch above the water like floating lanterns. Hidden just off the beaten path is a tranquil and often overlooked gem, Spider Island. This small island is accessible by a wooden footbridge and features a peaceful, looping path through native trees, shady groves, and waterside views. The island is a haven for birds, butterflies, and quiet reflection. It offers a more natural, wild aesthetic compared to the formal gardens. A reminder of the diverse habitats preserved within this space. As you explore in 360, look out for ducks and turtles in the lagoon, as well as a few chipmunks, and enjoy the cool shade of native oaks and shrubs. Spider Island feels like a secret hideaway within the larger landscape, perfect for those who enjoy serene moments and a deeper connection to nature. I'd like to take a moment and thank you for joining me on this immersive 360-degree walkthrough of the Chicago Botanical Garden. This is part 1. I didn't even cover half of this place, it's so big. In the next video, we'll cover the Japanese gardens, the English garden, the rose garden, and the waterfalls. So whether you're just relaxing at home or planning a real-world visit, I hope that this journey inspired your love of nature and exploration. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for more hidden gems, outdoor adventures, and VR travel experiences. See you in the next adventure.